Today we will discuss about the prominent sessions of the Congress. So first prominent session of the Congress was held in the year 1885 in Bombay, presided over by W.C. Vyomesh Chandra Banerjee. And related fact about the first prominent session of 1885 was held at Gokul Das Tejpal Sanskrit Pathshala in Bombay. Earlier, the session was to be held at Pune, but due to the outbreak of cholera, venue shifted to Bombay and attended by 72 delegates. So, first prominent session was held in the year 1885, presided over by Vyomesh Chandra Banerjee, held at Bombay. Previously decided to be held at Pune, but due to the outbreak of cholera, it was shifted to Golak Das, uh, Gokul Das Tejpal Sanskrit Pathshala in Bombay. Another important Congress session was held in the year 1886 in Calcutta, presided over by Dada Bhai Nauroji. And another one prominent session was held in the year 1887, held at Madras, presided over by the first session to be presided over by a Muslim president named Badruddin Tayyabji. Another session was held in the year 1888 at Allahabad, and this session of Allahabad held by George Yulle, and George Yulle was the first Englishman. So, session of 1888 of the Congress, first session to be presided over by an Englishman. So, in 1889, the prominent session was held in Bombay, presided over by William Wedderburn, and a committee on Indian National Congress was endorsed in this meeting. And another important Congress session was held in the year 1890 at Calcutta and presided over by Firoz Shah Mehta. And why this session of 1890 is important? Because one woman, first woman graduate of Calcutta University, addressed this session, and her name was Kadambini Ganguly. So Kadambini Ganguly was the first woman graduate of Calcutta University, addressed the session of 1890, presided over by Firoz Shah Mehta, held at Calcutta. Another important Congress session was held in the year 1907 in Surat, presided over by Ras Bihari Ghosh, not Bose, Ras Bihari Ghosh, and the session witnessed the split between the moderate and extremist, and the candidate to the extremist at the session who lost the presidential election was Lala Lajpat Rai. Another important session of Congress was held in the year 1917 in Calcutta, presided over by Annie Besant. Annie Besant was the first woman president of the uh, Congress, and she gave first flag to the Congress, uh, green and red. Another important Congress session was held in the year 1919 at Amritsar, presided over by Motilal Nehru. And in this session, resignation of moderates like Surendra Nath Banerjee. And another important Congress session was held in the year 1924 in Belgaum or Belgaum in Karnataka, presided over by Mahatma Gandhi. It is held in the year 1924 in the only session where Gandhiji was the president, and that session was Belgaum session of 1924. Another important session of the Congress was held in the year 1925, held at Kanpur, presided over by Sarojini Naidu, and this session was the first session to be presided over by Indian lady. As we knew that in 1917, Annie Besant presided over the Congress session. She was the first woman president, but she is from Ireland, not from India. So when Sarojini Naidu presided over the Kanpur session in the year 1925, she was the first Indian lady who presided over the session of the Congress. Another important session was held in the year 1928 at Calcutta and presided over by again Motilal Nehru. And in 1928, first All India Youth Congress came into existence, and a return of Gandhiji to active politics after 6 years, and this was happened in 1928 session of the Congress, which was held in Calcutta and presided over by Motilal Nehru. Another important Congress session was held in the year 1929, held at Lahore, presided over by Jawaharlal Nehru, and Congress session of 1928 presided over by Motilal Nehru, and Congress session of 1929 presided over by Jawaharlal Nehru. And in 1929, Purna Swaraj resolution was passed. Congress Working Committee authorized to launch CDM, and Nehru report got a decent burial in Lahore session of 1929, where Purna Swaraj resolution was passed. Session of 1930, here on account of civil disobedience movement, no Congress session was held in 1930, but Jawaharlal Nehru was continued as the president of the Congress as he took over the presidency in 1929. So due to the civil disobedience movement, there was no Congress session was held in 1930. In 1931, for the first time, session month was changed. All the session till now conducted in the month of December, but in 1931, it was held in the month of March at Karachi and presided over by Vallabhbhai Patel. And for the first time, resolution of fundamental right and national economic policy was passed, and Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru drafted the resolution on fundamental rights in Karachi session, which was presided over by Vallabhbhai Patel in the year 1931. So 1931 was session of Congress was presided over by Vallabhbhai Patel, held at Karachi, and resolution of fundamental right was passed, national economic policy was passed, and Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru drafted the resolution on fundamental rights. Now, session of 1937 held at Fajpur and presided over by again Jawaharlal Nehru, and this was the first session to be held in a village and demanded for the formation of constituent assembly, adoption of an agrarian program. Fajpur is a place in UP. Session of 1938 is very important, as 1938 session was held at Haripura, which is presided over by Subhash Chandra Bose ji. In this session, National Planning Committee was set up under the chairmanship of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, and this session was presided over by Subhash Chandra Bose in the year 1938 at Haripura. Fajpur session of 1937 was presided over by Jawaharlal Nehru. I said previously that Fajpur is in UP. No, Fajpur is in Maharashtra. In Fajpur session, which was presided over by Jawaharlal Nehru, first session to be held in village of Maharashtra in Fajpur, and here demanded the formation of constituent assembly and adoption of an agrarian program. And 1938 session of Haripura, which is in Gujarat, presided over by Subhash Chandra Bose ji. Here, National Planning Committee was formulated under the chairmanship of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. Next session of Congress was held in the year 1939 at Tripuri. Tripuri is in Madhya Pradesh, presided over by Subhash Chandra Bose after defeating Patabhi Sitaramaiya. Patabhi Sitaramaiya was the contestant of Congress, but Subhash Chandra Bose defeated Patabhi Sitaramaiya and won the election of Tripuri in Madhya Pradesh and became the president of Congress again after Haripura, Gujarat, in Tripuri, Madhya Pradesh. But in this session, Subhash Chandra Bose given resignation because of the conflict with Mahatma Gandhi, because Mahatma Gandhi took the side of Patabhi Sitaramaiya, though Patabhi Sitaramaiya was defeated by Subhash Chandra Bose, and Gandhiji taken this defeat as personally. So resignation of Subhash Chandra Bose was done in the year 1939 at the Tripuri session, and then Patabhi Sitaramaiya not became the president of the Congress. Who became the president then? Then Rajendra Prasad took over the presidency after the resignation of Subhash Chandra Bose. And then Subhash Chandra Bose then did? Subhash Chandra Bose formed Forward Bloc in the same year 1939. One session is 1946 session was held in the year held at Meerut and presided over by Acharya J.B. Kripalani, and he was the president of Congress when India received independence. So, when question asked who was the president of Congress when India achieved independence, then answer would be J.B. Kripalani. After that, in 1947, at Delhi session, Dr. Rajendra Prasad became the president. But in the year of our independence, when India achieved independence, J.B. Kripalani was the president of the Congress. This is about more or less prominent sessions of the Congress.